Phantom Sense. Stop. Please stop.
Don't touch me. I have Phantom Sense on PC,
Don't
guys.
touch me. Guys, I feel it.
Phantom Sense on my
feel
PC.
it.
Don't
If you're gonna
touch
do
me.
this,
No,
stop.
stop.
My cock and make me feel
Oh my
good.
god, you're Phantom. Stop.
Guys,
Stop.
stop.
You're gonna
You're
get
fan-
him.
I'm recording it.
You're gonna get him.
I'm gonna without
You're
permission.
getting me pregnant. You're getting me Phantom pregnant. Oh no.
Oh my god. I'm having a they them child, please.
God, no. I'm gonna have to get I'm gonna have to get some Phantom.
Dude, I need an
contraceptives.
e-abortion since Kamala's not in the
God, I need
office,
some
please.
Phantom. No, they're gonna ban Phantom abortions. No. Trump, stop. Why'd you vote for Trump? Stop.
Yo.
What is Phantom
Guys,
Sense?
we need an e-president.
Guys, here, Nick.
About it, PC fuck. Don't worry about it. It's that people. If somebody says they have Phantom Sense, I promise you on God, on my mother's life, they're on the spectrum. Or they're gay.
But what is it?
On God. It's as if I do this, boop, and somebody feels it. It's like if I touch your character in the game, they can feel it. And then they get all pissy about it. And then they ban you because they're fucking and they have a moral disease in their fucking eyes.
How does it work?
How old are you, Shannon? It doesn't actually work. I'm 16.
Oh, you ruined it.
I ruined it. How did I? I ruined it.
Blood, wake up.
Okay, actually, this might be, this might be something worth exploring here. So,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What is Phantom Sense?
It's like a sixth sense. For VRChat, I guess is people who feel things that's not there. Like, let's say if I was to touch your avatar, you would sense it. You can feel it, kind of. It's like a shock. I don't know. I don't know.
Have you ever experienced it before?
I have not. No.
Oh, fastest time is somebody touch you like this, and you can feel it.
Let's go through their groups.
So yeah.
And also Phantom Sense is like I have full body Phantom Sense, so if you like touch my toes and like all the way up to my legs,
She's gonna kill us.
to my thighs, I can feel that.
Killing.
It works differently with other people. It just depends on your brain,
But no, you
how
met them
your brain
yesterday
programs
in
it.
optimized
But
body.
for me, I can feel it because everything on here is aligned to my body.
So, but it's not like
Oh, yeah.
like a haptic thing, right? It's
Because
just
they were
like
sitting
it's like
alone.
your brain
No,
tells you feel it.
You're bad at
Yeah,
introducing people.
you can get a haptic suit if
Yeah,
you
I'm
want
bad at
to,
introducing people. 'cause I
but
normally don't have
to make it more,
They
I would
introduce
say
themselves. This one just
more
so happens to be a
intense.
mute.
more
This is
intense.
I don't know. So
finger on your lips right now.
But yeah, that's Phantom Sense for you.
That's abusive. This is
So, do you have like Phantom Sense?
You're fine.
I do have Phantom Sense. Simon knows. I have Phantom Sense all over my body.
So, CJ, do you want to introduce yourself?
See.
So I got Phantom Sense.
yeah.
Like,
No.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, when did you like start to like feel like you had Phantom Sense?
CJ just.
So I took a year off from VRChat for a bit. But
Or yeah, that works.
probably
too.
when I
Talk
got back into it this year, I would say about like 2 weeks of playing it.
Are you not a guy?
That's when my Phantom Sense started kicking back in. So
That's a lie. I'm pretty sure.
Do you feel Phantom Sense too?
a little bit, not that much.
You have to have a penis.
How long have you been playing VRChat for?
So yeah.
What makes you say that?
Oh, 4 years.
I've been playing since 2019, so a couple years.
Are you being
Damn.
biased because of their name?
So y'all both have full body tracking?
Because of their name.
Yeah,
Damn.
I do.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah.
How much did that cost?
Oh,
Definitely not. This is definitely.
it's different one country, I think.
Because of their name, for sure.
For me, it was
So,
Even though I
8,000.
read
So
their
yeah.
name.
Mine
I
was
read it one on Abby.
$445
Listen.
because I got the
Guys,
ultimate trackers,
that catfish,
ultimate
this
bad
is
trackers.
Definitely a guy.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. So, but like, so is it like actual things that you put on your body, or is it like, because I know like some will have like the cameras in the corners of the room,
Never heard.
right?
It's like you have a strap thing you could put on. So yeah, stuck on you.
Clearly.
It's when you touch someone in virtual reality and they're like, I felt that. You know what I
Why are
mean?
you
It's when
looking at
people
him like that?
believe that. It's when people believe. It's when people believe that they can feel what you're you know when you touch them.
Can you see me? I'm gonna help you realize. It's this right? She would feel that. Oh my god!
So do you think that like why do people like feel like they feel phantom
Why
sense?
do people diagnose themselves with that? I don't know.
Bro, because they too locked in, bro.
It's too far gone.
Is it because like because they're in VR? It's like if they can see it, maybe they can feel it or something.
I will say this. I will say this. If somebody's like right here next to me and like blowing, it feels a little weird, but I don't think it's phantom sense. But I don't know. I think some phantom sense gets the name for it gets
Yeah,
like
so when you look in it's easy.
misconstrued it.
Let me get up out of that shit, son.
Oh,
Well,
that boy got close.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure.
Oh, you good, you good.
Freaking, bro.
But so I'm just trying to understand like what it is. So like because
No, I
like
want
it,
you.
it,
So,
do-
like-
is it basically you have to be in
toast
VR to
lunch.
basically like understand it or something?
Let me get a bite.
I guess in a way. It's like I don't know how to explain it.
Your face
It's like
was
people
so
just think the
bro.
VR shit is real. They just in it too long, in VR too long.
Have you ever felt?
Honestly.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt phantom sense before?
I don't really call it understands. It's just some shit like it's just like when someone's in front of your face and they like let's say it like, oh my god.
Lag. You ever had somebody like right next to you blow like
Well,
IRL? That's what I would say is feel. Like, well, that for me, if somebody's like right next to me, it's like, ugh, I don't know. That's what I get from it. I don't call it that, but
Duty. Smashed by the homie. Jesus Christ.
I don't
Duty,
know.
stop
It'd be a little
chanting this
weird.
avatar, bro. Gonna make me tweak out, bro.
That's what I can sum it up to be. But everybody is different for a lot of people.
Stay in the bot for now, bro.
Is that like a pretty
Avatar way
prevalent
too big. It's
thing
almost
that like
200,
most
bro.
people like claim that they experience like in
Nah,
VRChat?
I wouldn't say most. I wouldn't. Nah, I
On
wouldn't
a
say
meta
most.
quest right now, brother. Anything can make me lag right now, bro.
I'd say like in a public
I'm on
lobby, you
my
can find
index
like
right
it depends on what type of world you're in and what type of people. At night, I'd say yeah, you can find a lot of people. Would you say Phantom Sense is like?
Go to the furry hangouts.
Oh god, don't. Would you say like majority of people have Phantom Sense? There's more people with Phantom Sense than not. I would say it's not.
I think it depends on like the community you around right now, cause I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I know 50-50. I know like a lot of people who don't, a lot of people who do. You know what I'm saying? Like it depends on the person.
So it's where you've been in the game in VR too long, and when people walk past you and through you, you can start to feel like they're actually there.
Oh, you know what? I think so. Is it like where like you can like kind of like feel like people like
in the game, like as if they were
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, like I've been kind of feeling that, but like just cause like I'm new to this whole thing, and
Don't be
I just bought
stupid. It's not real.
yeah.
So it's like when people like if I, well, I'm not in VR, but like if I was in VR, if I like touched you, like you would feel it or something.
Yeah. It's pretty stupid if you ask me.
So phantom sense is the feeling like, so if I visually see someone touching me, I can feel it, and sometimes even if someone's like lurking behind me, I can still like kind of feel the lurk. I can turn my phantom sense on and off. So like, yeah, I know she's behind me right now because I just felt it. I felt it like go behind me. It's like sometimes it's a burst of cold air or it's a burst of warm air, and you could just kind of like, it feels like tapping, truly, or it feels like a buzz. It just depends on who you ask. For mine, it feels like, you know, when your leg goes numb and you just like, you like try and shake it out and you just feel that like numb buzz on it. That's what my phantom sense feels like. But it depends on really if I know the person well, because if I know the person well, I can start to feel like more like actually physically touching and warmth from that. But mine's like a mental thing where if I go, this is not a real body, this is not your real body, I can start to visualize and remember that this isn't really my body, and so I can't feel it anymore. So it's kind of like that one trick, you know, where they put the rubber hand and they put your real hand on, like, they put the rubber hand here and your rubber hand there, and so you just start to visualize it instead of like actually feeling what's touching your hand. That's what phantom sense is to me.
What do you mean that you can like turn it on and off? How does that work?
So I tell myself it's just a mental thing, and so if someone touches me and then I don't like it, I can just be like, well, that's not a real touch, so you don't actually feel it. And then I trick my brain into saying, yeah, of course it's not
There we
real.
go.
And so I stop feeling it, and I'll just ignore the phantom sense, which it's not really there anymore. Which is a weird, cool thing I can do with my phantom sense that not a lot of other people can do, but that's what I do. So.
See, I never actually.
Okay,
feel
cool.
the-
So and it's something that like
I
you
never
only
actually
feel like
feel
when
it,
you're
I
in
just get,
VR,
like, an
right? Like
anticipation.
Yeah.
I've only been able to feel
It's only in VR.
phantom
like,
sense in, like,
if I go AFK
certain,
and I like leave my thing here, it's not gonna be like
in certain
I know someone's touching my digital body. No, it's just I visualize it, or I think and I know someone's visually behind me. I can do it often. Is I'll actually be like, who's behind me, and a random person will be behind me, and it surprises a lot of people. But it's really just like a mental thing.
You have a tail?
Because if you stay in VR long enough, we'll start to be like, well, there's something
you
there.
don't.
There's something that. It's like if I go and touch this
No,
right
you
here,
don't.
I'm
You're
not gonna
not
feel
holding
it. It
anything.
just I like mentally can say this is glass. It feels
she
cold.
holding anything?
It feels smooth, and like it's just how I feel it. That's how it is.
Let me see. I see.
Oh well, his name's literally Phantom Thief, so all him.
I have nothing to do with Phantom Sense. That stuff's fake.
so
I
y'all
firmly believe that stuff's fake.
so y'all haven't like experienced it or no like.
There's no way it can be.
Hold on, let me actually let me clarify. It can't. I'm not saying it's like entirely fake, but phantom pain is not real.
Yeah, especially Phantom Pain.
If you want to say you have phantom sense, sure, maybe, but people blow it all out of proportion.
Oh. You can't like put a gun to someone's face and like they're not gonna, and you shoot them, they're not gonna feel that.
Exactly.
they've
I've
actually
seen
been
someone
shot.
get like say that they have like phantom sense and or phantom pain, and then someone like went into like an avatar that had like a flamethrower and chased them around, and they're like running around like they're on fire. They're over dramatic with it. No one's gonna be actually on fire. It's stupid.
So are you saying that you think like it's more like a psychosomatic thing, or like it's just someone basically being
Attention.
not I don't want to say deceptive. I don't think deceptive is the right word. Like you don't think they're being truthful about the way that they're actually perceiving things, or what are your perspectives on that?
I think some people play VR too much, and then they just get in their head like
I'm dying.
I don't know if they're like crazy,
or something. Maybe I'm like being over dramatic about it, but they just play it too much and then think that it's actually there. It's like their brain can't even speak. Brain playing tricks on them, and then they perceive it as real.
Oh, haven't it?
And it's just stupid.
My mind.
Those people need to like get off VR. Take a break from it.
What?
Phantom
That shit
sense
ain't real.
is Phantom sense is something that you develop on your own, or with the help of someone that you know of that is able to deal with phantom sense, or has phantom sense for themselves. And in
Hold
which
up, hold up.
case, there is specific maps that could help with phantom sense and help grow your effectiveness with phantom sense.
Snake. I got the exact definition for you right here. It's some fake shit.
Oh, hey, Kiri.
Dumb niggas used to get attention.
So you mentioned there was like some
That is bullshit.
You mentioned that there was
Nah,
like
bullshit. I've been playing this game for 3 fucking years. I ain't felt shit, bro.
so
Every day, every hour, I'm a lowlife. My bad. I didn't mean to
No, you're okay. You're okay. So you were saying like there's like specific worlds people go to like develop it or whatever. I just don't really understand like how it works. So I don't have a VR headset. I'm like on PC right now. But I've heard of it and I don't really know much about it. So I'm trying to kind of understand it a little bit better. So
If any of your friends have phantom sense, and in which case, if any of them do have phantom sense, you might want to check in with them. They might be able to help you.
So I don't. That's why I'm asking. Like that's why I'm just like talking to people around here because I don't have a
What's
lot
wrong
of.
with your friend?
I don't have a lot of people.
Well,
who
I mainly
have
came over
experienced
here
it.
just to look for my friend Kiri. Yo, Kiri! Follow me.
Where's Slime going?
All right. Well, fuck me, I guess. All right.
Phantom sense is like a schizophrenic thing.
Yeah, I agree with him.
That's
So
some crazy honky shit. Let me tell you.
so y'all like have never experienced that in any way or anything like that, huh?
No.
Oh yeah.
I believe if you play VR way too
There we go.
much, you somehow develop the sense of it. I don't believe it, really. Because I've been playing VR for like over 3 years now. And
Eject
I've never
cassette
had any
tape.
feeling like that. I've never had a thing called phantom sense ever happen to me where
Locked in.
what people describe is that they say they can feel what people are like, someone's touching them, or they can feel
No
the pain
remote.
of someone punching, shooting them, or they get like phantom pregnancy and they believe that shit's real. I'm like, no, actually, that's all just in your head. You think it's real, but it's really not. It's all just an imagination.
God.
Like, kind of like you're schizophrenic about it. Because everybody believes it's real, but there's no show and proof of how
Some people
that
are just crazy.
works. Yeah.
Did you say phantom pregnancy?
Yes, phantom pregnancy is a thing. Like, supposedly a thing, according to some people online.
That's crazy.
It's crazy to hear and say, but yeah, people say.
Oh my god.
So.
That's interesting. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard of phantom
certainly
pregnancy.
Strange.
Holy shit.
Yeah, some people are weird as hell. Oh, I fixed it.
I've fixed it.
Oh yeah, you sound a lot
Not
better
bad
now.
again.
Yeah, you sound a lot better.
I can't play music
But,
through it though.
the person I heard someone in a black cat once say, "Oh, I'm phantom pregnant" to some random ass dude, and I'm like, "What the hell does that mean?" I watched him ask him what that mean. Like, "Oh, I'm pregnant," like virtually though. I'm like, "How can you be virtually pregnant and say you feel the kicking and all, but yet it's virtual reality? It's not real." I don't understand it, so it confuses me every day. But hey, it's VRChat. People want to believe what they believe in and say what's real and what's not. They go ahead. Let their mind run wild. I don't play this game enough to believe any of that shit.
Dude, you've been doing this. You've already done this to us.
Oh, I already asked you guys? I apologize.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he has.
Listen. We do interviews
He
too.
came around.
Yeah,
We do interviews too on VRChat.
Yeah, if I already asked
And it's
you,
for
I
shits and
apologize.
gigs.
Well, I just make
I
like,
know,
YouTube
it's for
videos.
shits and gigs. Yeah, that's what me and him do. Go on. Go on.
All right, yeah, appreciate
Go on
it.
somewhere.
All right. Damn.
All right,
Okay.
bye. Fuck off.
Hey, where'd he go?
It seemed unnecessarily hostile. I wasn't trying to be rude.
You seem hostile, dude.
In what capacity
I'm
am
not
I
trying to be rude.
hostile?
I know.
What?
Tell me about it.
In what capacity am I
And
being hostile?
The best part is that.
What are you talking
I
about?
was a range coach when I went through the.
I just don't understand why you became so hostile towards me. I wasn't trying to be rude or.
What do you mean? I didn't become hostile.
You did. You called me a slur.
No, you called me the N-word.
Okay. No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
All right, man. Well, I'll just let you get back on to whatever the hell it was you're doing. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
Whatever's going on here.
Yeah, you should leave, white dude for hairs.
I don't know how you it all made this political, but okay.
Yeah, get on somewhere.
I didn't express a political opinion to you in any capacity at all, so.
Okay.
Have I offended you in some way?
No.
Okay, well, because it wasn't my intention.
Listen, man, if you're recording right now, I just want to let you know this is some good content. Keep up the good work. Now get out of here.
Okay. You have a good evening.
Or I'm going to report you to the admins that you said the N-word.
Okay.
Yeah, you better get out of here. This is a furry town.
What the fuck?
Set to safe mode.
And them selling skinny.
It's bullshit. It's made up. It's a whole scientifically proven thing. That shit is bullshit. It's all made up.
I could kind of like it's the same thing with Phantom Lib. It's usually
people
a
could
psychological
trick-
thing.
Yeah, like people could trick themselves into doing it, but like people, like writhing on the ground because they thought they got shot in the game, writhing on the ground for like minutes at a time is bullshit. Like, yeah, you might.
Yeah,
You know,
I believe
if you
in some
actively see
sense
it,
that
maybe.
it does. Yeah, yeah.
But like, there's
no.
this guy who's like, oh yeah, I have phantom sense. I got like this dude ran at me with a an energy sword. Like he was talking about this guy with a halo thing.
Yeah,
And
one
he's
of
like,
these.
yeah, he's like, oh, I got stabbed with an energy sword, and I was on the ground for like 15 minutes. That's bullshit.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with him. Phantom Sense, I think, exists in maybe a small form, but
Yeah,
not
very,
in the
very
extreme
small degree.
forms. Not to the extreme degree
It
that
is
some of these
not
fuckers make it out to
lasting.
be. Like, oh, if I'm gonna fucking hit you with a flamethrower, you're gonna feel like you got burned. Bullshit. Now, if you feel like I touched you, like I poked your forehead, yeah, I'll take that. That's a very slight sensation.
Like, or if if you like, you might step back a sec if you thought you were about to get hit by a flamethrower, but as soon as you realize you're not getting,
it's not very hot in this goddamn place, Yeah, it's a bit bullshit. Do I believe it's completely bullshit? No, but to the extent that they say it is too much.
I think the extent that they say it is completely bullshit. But yeah, like it's there in a small degree, very small.
It's a hyperbole situation where they turn what was a pretty normal sensation of feeling maybe a tingling or a slight touch or poke to full blown I'm being stabbed and shot. Which, if that's the case, why aren't you dead when I do it?
I understand if the kid is like chill, laid back,
At this point, it's too much. It's honestly, I think, a result of being on this thing far too much for far too long. For individuals who just don't have any other way of, socializing and or getting out of the house due to either crippling anxiety or some medical issues. Because a lot of the ones who have that phantom sense, I find, are people who are either neurodivergent or simply are disabled in some way.
Most people who lack said things do not tend to have phantom sense.
I just got an issue with the people.
So I think it is a result of like probably the overcorrection of a senses, like how a blind person will feel things more intensely and smell things better than they do see. I think it's one of those things where they have just been so out of touch with the real world, or simply have lacked the outside stimuli, resulting in a more imagined sense, in a sense.
That's a better way than I could have put it, if I'm honest. Go ahead.
So you have a VR headset. I don't know how much time you spend in VRChat, but like, have you ever experienced it in like any capacity?
The closest I can really say I felt phantom sense at all is feeling like somebody like brushed my shoulder. That's the worst. But that was mostly because it's a mixture of the fan above me blowing my shirt. So
it's
if
like
you
an
have
external,
like a fan or
like
something, I
like
could see.
external stimuli also mixed with like what you're saying visually.
Yeah, I think the brain processes is that like if they have a fan blowing, they'll constantly feel, something moving on their shoulder or their hair's moving or something like that. And then when somebody in the game does it, their brain interprets it as somebody being there, something maybe.
That's interesting. Okay.
I went to college. Okay, I have a bunch of fancy ways of saying this. I was trying to get a science degree.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I
was trying to get a chemistry / biology degree.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, I'm not even gonna get into it. But like, when you, for example, you brought up the like fan, like somebody brushing past your thing. First thing I thought it was that first opening scene. This is completely off topic. If you want me to quit, just tell me now. But
go ahead.
That scene from Metal Gear Solid 2, where he hears the helicopter, turns around, or Snake turns around and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just immediately thought of that.
I think that what you're thinking of is like the sense that we see with certain people that they have a sense of what's it called again? Foreboding or what's it called? Like a foreshadowing sense. A sense of foreshadowing, where they just feel something that's gonna come. They have like a gut feeling. I think it's like what you call a gut feeling. Something like that. And
Like when somebody gets shot with a blank. Like when someone thinks they get shot after they get shot with a blank. They kind of,
or that they feel somebody staring at them, type shit.
Yeah.
I think it might be a mixture of that. It's all part of the brain chemistry. I must admit, like I said, it's all part of what your brain interprets.
You think something's happening or just happened, so your body's like your body tries to react to it.
So are you saying like you think it's more of like a psychosomatic thing rather than like basically just psychosomatic? Is that what you're thinking?
Somewhat, yes. I think it's a mixture of psychosomatic and the exposure to this game. I've been on this thing for a month. Like I said, the closest thing I felt to it is somebody brushing past me as they were passing me, and I just interpreted it as the fan above me blowing my my shirt a little bit harder, So
yeah, no.
But the thing is, if that happens enough on a repeat basis, suddenly you'll start feeling that more often, I guess, because your brain will adapt to the situation. The brain adapts to whatever it perceives for a long period of time, and if you play this game enough, like I play this game maybe 2 to 3 hours a day at most, maybe a bit longer on the weekends. But I gotta take a break from this because this thing gets uncomfortable for me because I'm not used to having these goggles on for long periods of time. But some people can live with this shit. I've seen people sleep on this thing. Okay,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I gotta go piss somebody off real quick. He's being annoying.
Yeah, go do that. No, people will sleep with this stuff on. People will be plugged into this thing 24/7 sometimes. It's not healthy.
What's up, Loving Grab?
That's like that's not a good idea. And if you constantly live within what my brother-in-law would call the matrix, this is gonna end up feeling like your reality. So it is a mixture of psychosymptomatic, whatever you're saying, situation, as well as habit and just generally just not, interacting with the outside world. Because like I told you, a lot of the people who have this phantom sense are some kind of neurodivergent and disabled individual or just disabled in some way. They're paraplegic, they have a bone disorder, a nerve disorder, or something of that nature. And a lot of the people I've met on here who have that phantom sense have that. Not, mind you, there have been a few outliers where it's just people who are relatively normal, have no disease, but the thing is that usually they're on here for long periods of time. No person here who's on a healthy amount of time, or like less than maybe, I guess, 4 or 5 hours a day, who's on here less than 4 or 5 hours a day, has this phantom sense stuff, as far as I can tell. In the month I've been on here, though. Mind you, you gotta remember, I've only been on here a month, but I've met a lot of colorful individuals. All of them usually good people. So, a good quarter of
Colorful
them...
is a bit of an understatement.
Yeah, colorful, but in essence, that's just how it is. All right, you guys, it's a matter of psychosymptomatic and exposure. I would say it's a mixture of both. There's not really a blanket, answer to it, but that would probably be the best assumption.
People like jumping to conclusions about stuff.
Well, I can kind of understand it because when I'm in like a game, sometimes I get a little too involved and I think things are like, I can interact with it like it's real. Like in my mind fills in the blanks basically and goes, hey, you're in a war zone, fight. But I don't have like the thing where people touch me and I go, oh, it's not a thing. Like I just don't understand that. Like if I get shot, I'll act like it for a second because, in the good sportsmanship of roleplay, but like if someone slapped me, like if you punch me right now, I wouldn't feel a thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
And no, I totally get that. I mean, I do like a lot of GTA 5 roleplay and stuff, and it's like if you get shot, you go, but like, I
kind of don't do it on purpose, really.
I've heard it's like a bit different though, right?
Hey.
Aye.
You matter, all right? You matter in this life, all right? You matter.
Thank you, man.
Okay,
Thank you, buddy.
That's a cool dude right there.
Have a good life.
Appreciate
This
it,
guy's
big
cool.
dog.
Yeah, have a good life. Have a good life, all right? Have a good life.
But no, so in some video games when I'm playing them, it's like an automatic response, really. It's not like I just decide, hey, I'm gonna, scream right now as I'm getting killed. It's like my head fills in the blanks for it, you know what I mean? It goes like, hey, your character was just shot. Make a noise for that. But I've always been very into like kind of like improvisation and stuff. So I wanted to be a voice actor for a while actually, but that's unimportant to your interview.
So you don't think like in like the context of VR that have you ever felt like phantom sense in any capacity or anything like that?
Well, it's certainly an adjustment. I had a guy who was dressed as a lobster run through me earlier, and I didn't really feel it, like in the sense of like, oh, I just got hit by a lobster. It was more like, oh, that's weird. Dude just passed through me. I got to get used to that. You know what I mean? It's a learning curve, but I don't think it's a problem.
So for the people who claim that they do feel like phantom sense in VR, I mean, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, do you think it's like most? Do you think it's mostly?
Jake the dog.
Do you,
Jake,
do you,
I just saw them touching kids.
Yeah. Dude, wait a minute.
I want to talk to you
so,
guys.
so do you think it's like
saw them touching
mostly
kids.
based in like a
Who, these
psychosomatic thing,
Yeah, they're just
or
touching
like do you think that like it makes sense in some capacity? But what are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's definitely a mental game. It can affect people, I'm sure. I would say that I can definitely understand its existence. I wouldn't say it to the point where it becomes an emotionally destructible thing to where someone touches you in a game and you like kind of melt down as if it's like you've just been punched. You know what I mean? Maybe for a second you feel the contact and you go, oh yeah, I should be feeling that I got hit. But your brain should pretty quickly piece back together. I'm sorry, my controllers aren't registering. Give me a moment. So, basically, I can, like I said, I can understand it, but I feel like it should be a pretty quick adjustment to understand that you haven't actually been hit. So, in a way, yeah, I can understand that it could happen. Definitely. But I don't think that it would be as emotionally destructive as some people make it out to be.
So your perspective that you're talking about a lot is like in relation to like being shot or like being injured and like being affected in some like major,
Or even touched, really.
yeah, like like you're in like a major physical way in like in like a game that's like a game, like a video game where it's like a competitive game, like Call of Duty type of shit. Where I've mostly heard about it is been based in interacting with like touch, or from what I've heard of, I haven't admittedly I haven't seen basically any of, but a lot of people talk about ERP as a lot of phantom touch and stuff. I mean, what are your thoughts on like in that capacity?
So well, I guess I can understand where they're coming from. Even in my mind, sometimes it's like really what it is your brain filling in the gaps of what you should be in virtual reality, because it's a 3D environment. You have a full sense of your surroundings, even though they aren't real. Your brain goes, okay, this is kind of where we are. Let me register what we need to be feeling. Now, your nerves aren't going to pick up on the same senses as they would in real life. If you got touched in real life, your nerves would pick up on it and you'd understand that you've just been touched. It would send a signal to your brain. But when you're in VR, your brain is working completely on its own by sight. So, like, say I touched you, but you weren't looking at me, you wouldn't know. But say all your brain has to go off is someone just touched your face, and it goes, all right, we should be feeling this. So it creates this kind of sense of a phantom pain. Cue the Metal Gear Solid music, but sorry, that was awful. But that's really what it comes down to. It's a mental capacity game of how imaginative your brain is, how able it is to fill in the blanks on what you should be feeling versus what you really are.
That's interesting. So you think it's more of like because the way that VR works and you feel like you're here, it's almost like if you feel like something's touching you, then your brain kind of like processes that in a way that makes you feel like you feel it.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. It kind of happens with amputees. Let's use that for an example. I know it sounds completely different, but just hear me out here. When you're missing a limb, your brain will still fill in the gap as if that limb's there on occasion and create sort of a phantom limb. It's been reported multiple times. And even when it's not there, if something runs by and your brain detects, hey, that should have hit this limb, sometimes you'll feel a phantom, literally a phantom pain where that should have been hit, and yet there's no limb there. There's nothing to have been hit. There's no nerves to have been struck. Your brain just fills in those gaps as to where you should have been hit based off visuals. So it's a big toss-up, really. It's all to do with your imagination and how powerful your imagination is. It's all got to do with how much your brain can fill in the gaps.
No, yeah, for sure. That's definitely like a super valid point, because I've heard of that, like people who have had like a leg amputated and then their foot's still itchy or whatever.
Hello.
So even though you haven't spent much time in VRChat or VR, you still have experienced like phantom sense.
Yeah. Hey, watch. Give me your hand. Okay. So if I do kind of like this, I think what it really is at the end of the day is just, even though you're not physically being touched, your brain tricks your nerves into firing. It's kind of like playing with the human senses. But pretty much it's just your nerves tripping, even though there's nothing actually there. It's just your brain interpreting that there is something there.
So
to your nerves
do you,
fire.
do you think it's like a result of like basically your eyes being like contained within this device where all of you what you see in your peripherals are this world around you, right? And so like your brain tricks yourself into thinking it?
Honestly, yeah, I think that's kind of about it.
Have you ever
I think it
seen the
is.
rubber arm and hammer experiment
Yeah, I know
in the
exactly what you're
mirror?
talking. Yeah, I know what you're talking
It's
about.
like that. It's like that.
That's
the best
interesting.
way to explain it. It's
Yeah.
like you can see a hand, and when you go to touch, it's like you can kind of feel your tips a little bit.
Phantom sense is when you trick. It's when your eyes trick your body into feeling something that's not there. The same way people get it when if they lose an arm, and they still can feel the arms there. Lift bridges. You can see your arm in VRChat; it's still there. But if he touches it, your eyes see that there's contact there, even though you don't actually feel anything, and your eyes replace the contact. So it's pretty much just a trick with the mind. Because your eyes can see that something's touching you, even though it's actually not. And your eyes are trying to fill in that missing information. Think of it the same way you get car sick, where if you close your eyes, your body knows you're moving, but your eyes doesn't, so your body makes you sick and all that because your eyes are trying to argue that you're not actually moving. Same concept in a way.
So have you ever like felt phantom sense before?
When I was high, yes, it feels like a heat.
I didn't.
It's not like a strong feeling. It's just something that your mind thinks is there and not. So if anything, you get goosebumps.
I mean, I know what is it about, because a long time ago there was a trick with cutting someone's hand, but of course they didn't cut his hand, but they tricked his
Oh, I've seen
mind
that
to
one.
that he lost
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Same thing. It's just a trick with the eyes.
So the concept that I kind of want to touch upon in this video is talking about people about phantom sense. Do you know like what is phantom what is phantom
I'm
sense?
dead. I'm dead. Skull emoji. Skull emoji. So, hold on. Demar, you want to start with this?
So phantom sense is like a mental thing. It's not like a physical thing at all. It's a very mental thing. And I wish people would get fucking help for it. It's a very mental, fucked up, in the head thing. It's made up. It's make fucking believe. It's make believe. It's not real. I played this game for I'm not done, baby. I played this game for like 2 years, and I still haven't got phantom sense at all. I don't know what the fuck anybody is talking about.
So, I've been playing VRChat since I was 15, and I'm 20 now. So, like 5.5-ish years on and off. And there's only been one time where, like, I thought I, like, in quotations, felt something. But that's because I, like, concentrated. Like, I used all 9 of my brain cells to, like, really think about
I
it.
said 9 brain
So
cells
it's
in
kind of
that car.
like... Yeah, and I've got 10. Can't afford it.
Good joke, man.
So I used all my brain cells and I really thought about that, but that was like 2 years ago. So it's kind of like I know a few people who have like phantom pain, heat, cold, like touch, what's it like that kind of thing, like smell and taste and bullshit. So it depends who you are, who you hang out with, I guess.
Oh, I can't help you with that one. Phantom sense is not real, and it's kind of embarrassing to people who think it is. It's.
So you've never felt it before?
No,
That's a voice
VR is
changer.
literally
That's a voice
just a
changer. What the
game,
flip?
and I think that there's people who take it too seriously, and they come up with this idea that they have phantom sense. Or like the what is it, like phantom pregnancy? They think they have that.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't understand. Do you not have you not heard of it? So there's people who they will do you know what ERP is? They'll
Yeah.
online, right? And there are some people who will think that they have a phantom pregnancy, which is a real phantom pregnancy is a real thing. But they'll think that they're pregnant because they had sex with someone on VR. No, not like I'm saying that that's real. Like a phantom pregnancy. They think they have like an actual medical thing, but like not. No, I'm trying to word it correctly.
I don't
So like,
know. Honestly, I don't
like
know
the
what's going
VR thing is
on
not
anymore.
real. But so people will think that like they get pregnant because they had sex with someone online, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I'm phantom pregnant."
That actually
Don't punch me in the stomach.
that actually happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are people who will like actually think they have phantom.
Actually,
I'm not pregnant. I'm just
what
obese.
Milk is saying is false. Canonically. Okay, no, but on a serious note, okay, to some degree, some people have, like a few people, right, have something called phantom touch. You know, where when they play like VR, okay, it's I know what specifically it is. Right? So they feel some things, but it doesn't mean they feel fucking being stabbed and all. You know, maybe they feel a slight. I've talked
No,
to a
that's what
person who actually
phantom
has
pain
it.
is.
Yeah, sorry, I confused
yeah,
about that.
they think that they're gonna
I
get
have
hurt.
phantom autism actually. Okay, so they feel they feel like a slight, just a slight sensation. That's it. They don't feel like if you grab them, they don't feel an extra hand. It's just like a small tingle.
Maybe I have
basically,
that.
like they described it. And that's pretty much it. It's nothing too big of a deal. So most people on this game are either just dramatic or have nothing going on in their life that they need to make up a fake disease. You know?
Phantom sense is a thing where it's like you touch someone and they actually feel it. However, there's also something called phantom pain, but that's not today's topic. It's similar, but not similar. It's confusing. But how do I say this? Trying to think of words to say. You're gonna have to cut all this out. Trying to find the right
I can
words.
emulate phantom sense personally. Like I can just think of a part of my body and I just feel it per se. And I
Me
suppose
personally,
phantom
I
sense is
have like
that, but
minor
automatic.
phantom. Go ahead.
Like when you think of a part of a body, you sort of feel it for me. And I suppose real phantom sense is that, but automatic. That's what I think. I never really had real phantom sense, so yeah.
Phantom sense is equivalent to what we call the placebo effect. It's a simulated feeling, an emotion, whatever. People will see it and they will feel it because usually a lot of people here are deprived of social contact in real life. I am someone who used to
Including
have
myself.
it very strongly. Not so much now. But it is purely simulation. It's a result or desire for contact, and since the mind is depraved of it, it wants to find it in any way it can. So people will dwell in mirrors, people will touch them, they will feel it because they are focused on that. Phantom pain is different. I have no idea how it happens, but I guess it's just something that does. It's one of the many phenomena of this stupid little game.
It's just phantom sense, but fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, fuck you particularly.
No, phantom sense, but fuck you in particular.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if this will trigger phantom sense to some people. Fish.
What else you got for us, little homie?
What so have y'all ever felt phantom sense before?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Not so much now, though.
As I said, I can emulate it myself if I think.
I used to have like very mild phantom sense, but ever since I got out more in real life, because now I have a job and also a car, well, it's really just gone now because, well, you could touch me right now, I wouldn't feel a damn thing.
So
I think it's just I think it's just building up. I think it's just because I was building up, like, how do I say this? A more relaxed feeling when it comes to like hanging out with people IRL. So if they touch me, well, I would obviously feel it, but like it wouldn't give me phantom sense. in that way.
Mods, I want this twink
But now
obliterated.
in VRChat, ever since
it's so
I got
one
out
guy.
more, well, it's very, very minor. Like I would feel it,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be enough to like annoy me or trigger like real mild phantom sense.
Okay, interesting. All right. Well, thank you guys for so much for your time.
Phantom
that
sense
bullshit?
is a thing that your brain is tricking you, thinking that your character that you're using is your real body. It's a thing that you can get in game and in real life. Reasoning why I say in real life, you can sit there and test it yourself, but you need to sit there and be able to know the method to it. For Phantom Sense and VRChat, it's either it randomly comes after playing for a long time, or you hurt yourself in the game and your body doesn't see what part of your body you actually hurt, but it can tell where it's from and seeing whichever part got hurt. It'll sit there and think that that's your actual body part, and you'll start to feel.
You know what I describe it as?
Bullshit.
A mental illness.
It is a mental illness, though.
Yeah.
But it's an illness that you contract from your brain tricking you.
I've been playing in VR for 5 years. Has never happened to me once. Ever.
Me personally, I don't really think I have Phantom Sense, and I've been on here for like 5 years. I know like some people like have it very like they're saying they have it very strong. I look at it as just from like trying to gain it, and just from other people, I think it's just like a little warmth that you feel. I don't know. I've never really like felt like someone was coming up to me and fucking touching me, you know? But I guess the closest thing I got into it was if I'm in like an instance that's like very, very small, like a small room with like a lot of people in it. Like, for instance, the other day I went to a rave and it was like a small little room and there was probably like 40 people in there. It did make me a little claustrophobic, but that was about it.
So you've never felt like someone like when they touch your avatar, like you've never felt it like on your actual body or anything?
No, probably the closest thing I got was when I'm in like the furry worlds and like I'm with like furry friends and they're like patting my head. I mean, if I like them like a lot and I'm really into it, maybe I feel like a slight warmth, but not really.
Okay, well that's interesting. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, brother.
All right, you have a good day.
I know what it is. Phantom sense is a mental problem for me, like mental problem, like brain damage or some shit, like type shit. Like people are there's people in this game that are thinking they can feel pain inside of the game, like you can trick your brain that it's like real life, but you cannot feel the fucking pain, like someone is stabbing you and they're like starting screaming because they think they feel that shit, but then don't feel shit, like for me it's like just brain damage for somebody that he feels like he got like some kind of like pain, like I stab you and you.
I feel like it's nah.
Shit,
I feel like it's a way like your mind's way of doing that shit. Like, have you heard of people that when they lose an arm or a leg, sometimes they feel pain there, even though it's not there.
But
that's
like,
not. It's
there's
not like
no
a
way you can
brain
feel it.
thing.
Only way I feel
It's
like
like your
this will
brain's
happen
way of
if somebody
thinking.
is like 24 hours a day in VR, like he's playing the shit, not taking the heads off, or for like 10 hours. Maybe you can feel some touching. Like one time with my fantasness, I just could feel like somebody touching me, but if he slaps me, nothing. Like you can feel like tingles, like tingles on your arms and your fucking everything, but no pain. You cannot feel the pain because its brain cannot like process this shit. For me, it depends on how brain dead you are.
Well, he's definitely interested in the interview.
He wants the interview. You got someone.
You got someone, bro.
But so you said you felt it like once before?
Yeah, like once because I was playing like for at least like 6 hours because I was with my friends. Like, just friends join, just friends leave, so like just like that, and like I was like in like cuddling with somebody, and he like touches me and like started like feeling like tingles, and like somebody's like poking me a little, and like it was weird, but it stops after like some time. After I take the headset off, put it back on, and it stops. It was like for a while. So I don't know. Maybe this shit exists, but like phantom pain or even worse shit, it doesn't exist for me. It like this shit is just brain damage for somebody that feels he can feel pain.
Okay,
My
interesting.
perspective. Maybe ask them.
Yeah, do you have any thoughts you'd
Yeah,
like to add?
he's a full body.
Oh, you
I
have
only
full body
had, like,
tracking?
a little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
So
he's way more different. He actually has a way more clear picture.
So what are your
Sort
thoughts
of.
on it?
I think I'm kind of towards him. Like, you know, when somebody loses their arm, they still feel stuff. I'm kind of like that way. The brain is thinking that they feel stuff because I don't know, brain tricks you. But I never really got that. Only thing, like when someone pet me, I kind of got it, but never really experienced it. So I don't know how it works. I'm kind of leaning towards him. Like, brain just tricks you. I would want to have it though. Not the pain thing, but just feeling it. It'd be neat.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you guys. I mean, unless you have something else to add.
Sure, I have some experiences from people that have phantom sense. I met some people that because I always find phantom sense such an interesting thing because they find it like it's sort of like when you breathe, but it's like in a weird way. So for them, I've met some people they have their phantom sense is different. Some people actually feel pain, like he says, which I think is definitely interesting. I'm like, because some of them they say they feel bullets or feel like somebody stabbed them in the chest. They feel that, which I think is I'm like even though it's not there, they still feel it. That they feel stuff like that, and I'm like, it's always interesting what boundaries do they feel and what they don't because it's the way of the brain processing how they're seeing stuff because since they've been here so long that your brain starts to get used to the idea because some people actually sleep on VRChat. So when you start sleeping and you start looking at this 24/7, your brain's going to start thinking this is your actual body. Your body's going to start, when you start seeing stuff, you're going to start feeling like that's really there. For somebody like me, for example, I probably don't feel anything. Like I feel nothing at all. I only feel like a little bit of sensation when somebody gets up close to my face and it's like a girl, but I think it's because it's emotions. But for some people that actually generally feel it wise, it's like some people have their emotions do give them their brain is telling them because they're letting them loose a bit when somebody's around somebody they like. So they see a girl that's pretty in their head, even though it's a game, they still part of their brain lets go a little bit and has it when somebody's around somebody happens for some people, but it's different.
That was weird. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate your perspectives.
No problem.
All right, y'all. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Have a good one too.